Hello kindergartners! So we are back after the Thanksgiving break. Hopefully you got a chance to watch the video I sent out with big reactions and small reaction, and you've been practicing having those small reactions to small problems. We're going to get back into talking about Kelso today and different strategies Kelso knows about to handle those small problems. So you guys remember Kelso. So there's Kelso. And last time we talked about making a deal where you get something you want, but the person you're making a deal with gets something that they want. And we also talked about ignore, which is my favorite way to solve a small problem at school, where we don't look at the person who's bothering us, we don't talk to the person who's bothering us, we keep our eyes on the teacher or our eyes on our work, and we just stay focused on that and not the person who's bothering us or the noises that are going on. So those are the two we did last time. So this time we're going to talk about two more. We're going to talk about please stop, and we're going to talk about something called wait and cool off. So wait and cool off is a little different than the rest of the ways to solve a small problem. So wait and cool off is when you feel yourself getting really frustrated or angry or sad and you need to take a break. So before you go and talk to someone and like make a deal with them or some of the other things we're going to learn about, you stop, you wait, and you cool off. And that means if someone's bugging you and you feel yourself getting angry, instead of trying to talk to them then, because we might use an angry voice, remember we've got to use a calm voice, you would, let's pretend someone over here is making a lot of noise and they're bothering me and I can feel myself getting angry. Instead of using my angry voice, I'm going to turn away from them a little bit. So if I'm in a chair, I'm just going to swivel my body away and I'm going to do something to calm myself down. So I'll probably take deep breaths. That's something I do a lot. So now I'm feeling calmer. When I feel myself getting calmer, then I'm going to turn back to the person and I might say something to them. So I want to calm myself down. So wait and cool off is where you're stopping what you're doing before you talk to someone. You're kind of turning away from whatever's bothering you. You're doing something to calm down. Take deep breaths. Count to 5, count to 10. Maybe raise your hand to talk to the teacher or a grown-up at home to tell them how you're feeling. And when you feel yourself getting calm, then you go back and talk to the person who was bothering you when you know that you can do it with a calm voice. Because remember, that calm voice is super important. So that's wait and cool off. The other one we're going to talk about today is called please stop. Now this one is pretty easy to do. Please stop is really easy, but sometimes boys and girls have trouble with it because a couple important things. One, you have to say please. If you're asking someone to please stop doing something, you've got to say please. Two, and this is the part that boys and girls tend to forget about, you have to tell them exactly what you want them to stop doing. So don't just go up to someone and say, could you please stop? You need to say, could you please stop making noise? Could you please stop tapping your pencil? Could you please stop waving your arms around? It's distracting me. So when you use please stop, you're going to say please and then say exactly what you want them to stop doing. So for example, if I was here working, now when I work, if I stop to think, a lot of times if I have a pencil or pen, I tap it. I'm tapping my pencil or I click my pen and I make noise. And I don't even realize I'm doing it. It's just kind of how I sit and I think. I give my hand something to do if I don't have a fidget toy. So if I was in a room with you and I started tapping my pencil or clicking my pen and it was bothering you, if you turn to me and say, Mr. Kramer, could you please stop? And you don't tell me what you want me to stop doing, I might not even realize I was tapping my pencil or clicking my pen and I wouldn't even know what you wanted me to stop doing. So you always want to say exactly what you want the person to stop doing. So it would be, Mr. Kramer, could you please stop tapping your pencil? It's distracting me. And then I'll know, oh, of course, and I'll probably apologize for distracting you. So you're going to say exactly what you want them to stop doing. And again, super, super important, you have to use the calm voice. If you ask someone to please stop doing something, but you do it in an angry voice or a whiny voice, it's probably not going to make the situation better. Using that angry voice or the whiny voice almost always takes the small situation, small problem, and it makes it bigger and bigger. So if you turn to me and say, Mr. Kramer, can you please stop tapping your pencil? You said the right words. You said please, told me you wanted me to stop tapping the pencil, but you use an angry voice. And if you use an angry voice, how am I going to start to feel? I might start to feel angry too or frustrated because you just used that voice with me. And now instead of apologizing for tapping my pencil, I might use an angry voice back at you because now I feel frustrated. And then, our small problem's gotten bigger. Same thing with a whiny voice. If you use a whiny voice, Could you please stop? People aren't going to respond to that. You need to use the calm voice. I'm sure the grown-ups at home would tell you whiny voices don't work very well, and the teachers in school are going to tell you that too. So please stop. You got to say please, got to say what you want the person to stop doing, and you have to use a calm voice. I hope you're all practicing that. The calm voice is super, super important. Even if you forget kind of exactly what you want to say, if you say it in a calm voice, you're doing a really good job. And remember, this is new. We're learning all of this together. So it's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to forget what you're supposed to do. I don't mind if you make mistakes. If you're making mistakes, it tells me that you're trying. And if you're trying, that is awesome. So don't worry about getting everything perfect. Try to focus on using your calm voice. Try to focus on keeping yourself calm. And the rest of it you'll get better and better at over time. So you're going to see 2 videos today. One is with Mr. Ginion, who is a first grade teacher, and he helped me to demonstrate wait and cool off, and we did ignore also. So you're going to see Mr. Ginion is practicing his ignoring, and he's practicing his wait and cool off, and I'm doing something to really bother him. And then you're going to see Fiona and I in a situation where I was asking her to please stop because I was trying to do work and she was making a lot of noise. And you're going to see when I use an angry voice, it doesn't go as well as when I use the calm voice. So Fiona and I practiced it together so you guys can see the difference between using please stop with the angry voice and the calm voice. So those are 2 more. So now we have ignore, we have wait, cool off, we have make a deal, and we have please stop. Remember, calm voice. All right, boys and girls, I will see you next week.
Mr. G, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Hey, can I tell you something I did this weekend? Can I tell you? I mean, work is so boring. We don't need to work right now. Come on. Mr. G.
Mr. Kramer, can we talk about this a little later?
Later?
I'd like to calm down a little bit. Can we just talk about it when I have this done, and then we can make sure we get everything, we can talk about it when we're both ready?
Alright, I guess I can go tell that kid over there.
Please stop using an angry voice. I know it's your dinner time, Fiona. Just hold on a minute. Would you please stop meowing so much? Please stop using a calm voice. I know it's your dinner time, Fiona. Hold on a minute. Could you please stop meowing so much? I'm trying to do some work. I'll be there in just a minute, okay? Thank you. Which way of saying please stop worked better?